Good morning, good morning, good morning. We have been talking about thankfulness all this month, and we're going to keep talking about it because the month's really not that far over yet. And today we're talking about a guy named Joshua. Now I know what you're thinking. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho. Yes, but not yet. We're not there yet. Today we're talking about what happened before Jericho. Right after Joshua took over from Moses as the leader of the Israelites, they set out to their promised land, but the Jordan River was in their way. Now, when you guys think river, you're probably thinking, oh, a little stream. No. You guys ever stood on the edge of a real river? It can be miles across. It's deep, it's fast, it's dangerous. So Joshua tells them, we're going to send the priests out first. You're going to follow them. About 1,000 yards behind. That means 3,000 feet. This was where the Holy Spirit of God rested until Jesus came. So it was kind of dangerous to be around. So the priests carried it and they walked into the water, and the water started to pile up. Now this isn't the first time this happened for the Israelites, but this was the first time for this generation. You see, this generation had been born and grew up in the desert in the 40 years that the Israelites were wandering there. So this was the first big miracle of God they saw. They were used to the small miracle of the quail and the manna that came every day. But this was the first time they really saw God move in such a way, in something they weren't used to. So the water piled up and up. And the Levites stood there with the ark on their shoulders on poles. And the people of Israel walked around them. Without any trouble, they walked on dry ground, just like they had at the Red Sea 40 years before when they were fleeing Pharaoh's people. Now, when they got to the other side, Joshua knew that this had all happened before. God parted the Red Sea, and he kept Pharaoh's people from coming after Moses. But that generation still forgot what God had done and were too scared to do what they were supposed to do. And they ended up wandering in the desert for 40 years because they didn't obey God. So Joshua knew they needed to remember this and be thankful for it. So Joshua charged one man from every tribe. I'm not going to try and list them, but they're on your worksheet for today. If you guys can list them, I will give you a prize, because it's kind of hard, but it's also really fun. They have fun names. But one man from every tribe would take a large stone, and they built an altar there to remember what God had done for them, and to thank him, not just for what he'd already done for the last 40 years and the river, but for what he was about to do in Jericho. You see, they were afraid of Jericho. But when Jericho saw that God held back the river, Jericho was a little afraid of them. All right, that was today's lesson. Today's lesson is remember to be thankful like Joshua and the 12 tribes did. And remember that when they took that thankfulness forward, even more things happened. Okay? I will see you guys next week.